Energy is not a luxury. It's a basic human need. It's essential. And that's why it is a national scandal that millions of people can't afford their most basic energy needs. The essential energy they need to keep their warm home in winter. The essential energy they need to keep the lights on so children don't have to do their homework in the dark. And the essential energy they need to charge an electric wheelchair or ventilator without getting into debt. And yet, for millions of people in Britain, this is their reality. Every single day, they worry. They worry about whether they can afford their most basic energy needs. This can't go on, and we Liberal Democrats won't let it. Today, we are putting forward another bold proposal, the Essential Energy Guarantee. It is built on a simple principle, a principle that every household in Britain should be able to afford their basic everyday energy needs. This is why, under our plans, every household would receive an essential energy allowance, a guaranteed amount of energy charged at a discounted rate. The first portion of energy, which every household needs to get by, would cost less. And because we Liberal Democrats believe in fairness, our support would go further for those who need it most. Families would receive additional discounted allowances for every child. And disabled people and those on the lowest incomes would receive the discounted rate on all of their energy use. And what's more, this is not a temporary scheme. This would be a permanent fix designed to tackle fuel poverty at its source and to give people that peace of mind that they crave, that they can afford their basic energy needs. Now, we Liberal Democrats have already committed to removing some levies off bills. We've already committed to an emergency home insulation scheme, including free insulation and free heat pumps to low-income and fuel-poor households. We've been leading calls to stop the absurd position where the cost of gas drives the cost of electricity, breaking that link to drive down bills. And in addition to all of these other policies, our Essential Energy Guarantee means that the average household would save another £100 a year. And the poorest 20% of households would save an average of £140 a year. But this is far more. This is about far more than just pounds and pence. Because when homes are cold and damp, people get sick. Children get asthma, bronchitis or pneumonia. Older people develop heart disease and arthritis, and existing health conditions get worse. And this comes at a cost to all of us. Every year, the NHS spends more than £1 billion treating illnesses that are linked to cold and damp housing. And when the wider costs to society are included, the bill rises to more than £15 billion a year. Think about that. We are spending billions of pounds every year dealing with the consequences of fuel poverty because we have failed to tackle its causes. This is not sensible economically, and it is certainly not defensible morally. But there is another reason why this matters. As energy bills continue to spiral, people feel so powerless. And this feeds a wider perception that government is incapable of addressing the country's core challenges. And people want to know, why is it? Why is it when they're struggling, there are always big corporations making a fast buck out of their misery? Well, the answer is, they shouldn't. And that's why we Liberal Democrats are going after the big energy network operators who are gaming the system. These companies, who physically own and maintain the pipes and wires delivering electricity and gas to our homes, operate as total monopolies with zero competition. But they are set to make a whopping £5 billion in unexpected profits by 2028, all because of a loophole in their contracts with Ofgem, which, as the regulator, failed to prevent these operators making billions of pounds in windfall profits at the expense of bill payers. We believe that this money should be clawed back and returned to ordinary folk struggling to pay their bills. So we Liberal Democrats would force these energy network companies to pay this money back. This would almost completely cover the cost of our policy for the first 2 years. And we are clear that the Essential Energy Guarantee is part of something bigger. It is part of a long-term plan to fix our broken energy system, a plan to generate more of our own clean power, a plan to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and a plan to halve energy bills over the next decade, taking around £900 off an average bill by 2035. Because the best way to protect families from future energy shocks is to build a cleaner, cheaper and more secure energy future here at home. Politics is ultimately about choices. We can continue relying on temporary fixes every time energy prices rise, or we can put in place a lasting solution. We can continue to accept fuel poverty as an unfortunate fact of life, or we can decide to tackle it. We Liberal Democrats have made our choice. So today, I want to issue a challenge to Labour's leadership contenders. Andy Burnham, Wes Streeting, Ed Miliband, and anyone else who might want to throw their hat in the ring. If you agree that nobody should have to choose between heating and eating, then back our proposal for an essential energy guarantee. If you agree that fuel poverty is unacceptable, then back our proposal for an essential energy guarantee. And if you agree that families deserve greater energy security, then commit to introducing our essential energy guarantee within your first 100 days. Because everyone agrees there is a problem. The question is whether there is the political will to solve it. For too long, governments have responded to every energy crisis with short-term schemes and sticking plasters. People deserve better. They deserve a long-term fix. We Liberal Democrats have made our choice. We believe that energy security should be a right, not a privilege. We believe that fuel poverty is not inevitable, and we believe that government should act when markets fail ordinary folk. People deserve peace of mind that they can afford their essential energy. That is the promise of our essential energy guarantee, and that is what we Liberal Democrats are determined to deliver. Thank you.